Here are 27 amazing reasons why you should head to the Dollar Tree and grab some of their Jingle Bells. Or maybe you already have some, so go ahead and pull some out of your own craft stash so we can get to creating this holiday season. All of these ideas and uses are sure to spark some inspiration and get you in the crafting spirit. Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Shannon and I want to welcome you here to the Daily DIYer channel. So let's go ahead and dive into this first Jingle Bell idea. So all you have to do is of course grab out your Jingle Bells. I love that Dollar Tree has these, a pack of 6 for only $1.25. We're only going to need 2 for this first idea and it is so simple and quick. We're going to fill a vase or a pitcher like I'm showing you here with some greenery, wrap some jute around the vase, cut it down to size, tie it up, and then we're going to tie some Jingle Bells onto that string. So this is such a quick and easy and great way to update items that you already have. We're all on such a budget, especially during the holidays. And so to take things that you already have, like a pitcher or even canisters that you might have in your kitchen, tie on some Jingle Bells, give them a temporary festive look. Now I love this hack because it's super easy to do. We're going to update the look of the metal of the Jingle Bells, tone them down a little bit, make them look more like old world style, antique, vintage looking using rub and buff. And it's so easy to do. You just kind of squeeze some out on your paintbrush, paint it right onto the surface of the Jingle Bells, and it tones down that bright metal look, which may be more your style for the holiday decor. All right, so I want to give you a side-by-side here. So the right side is straight out of the package. The left side is with the gold leafing rub and buff. Really, really pretty, just an updated look. And then this one, the right side is the antique gold color. So that's what I love about rub and buff too, is they have different finishes. So depending on the look that you're going for, you can update it that way. This is both those colors together. So just another option to update your Jingle Bells or any kind of metal that you'd want to for the holidays. I'll also make sure to link this product down in the description box below for you. Now we're going to make some sleigh bells. So of course you're going to need some Jingle Bells. I'm also going to use some of this faux leather that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. Usually it's $4.99 a roll, but if you hit the sale, it's 50% off. So only $2.50 for the roll. We're not going to use the whole roll though. You're also going to need some jute, scissors, and a yarn needle or a thick needle that the jute is going to fit through. Now take that leather, I would say about 18 inches or so, and we're going to fold over one end. We're going to secure that with some hot glue and kind of make a little opening in there. So just put a little bit on the end, fold it over, hold it down until that dries and cools off. And like you'll see here, you'll have a little loop at the top where we're going to add some string here in a little bit so we can hang this. The other end, just take some scissors and round that off. Next, we're going to kind of space out our Jingle Bells, eyeballing it where we want each one of those Jingle Bells to kind of be, and then start cutting little slits in that faux leather. So 2 little kind of holes next to each other, and then we're going to feed the jute that is fed through the needle up through those holes, add one of the Jingle Bells on and feed it back through to the back side, and then tie a couple knots, and that's going to secure the Jingle Bell onto the leather. For the length that I cut, I went ahead and added 4 Jingle Bells to the length of mine, but if you want one longer or shorter, of course, adjust how many Jingle Bells you want to add to yours. Then I just fed some of that jute through the hole at the top and then tied a knot on there to make a loop, so we can now hang this from the door. So now we have a cute jingle bell sound every time we open and close the door. So this giant jingle bell ornament was from the Target dollar spot, so $3 for this. We're going to turn it into Rudolph's nose. So what we're going to do is actually cut this in half, so where that gold line is, I just took a handsaw and cut through that plastic and cut the top part of the ornament off. I felt like it was taking a little bit too long with the handsaw, so I grabbed out my $5 10 snips that I get from Walmart. I'll link them down below for you. If you don't have any, get them. They're going to save your nice scissors, and they're more sturdy and heavy duty to cut through plastics and woods and things like that. Worked perfectly on this jingle bell. So now that we have the bottom part, we can start working on our reindeer. So you are going to need a piece of wood. I picked up this hanging wall shelf from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to use the wood off of this. We don't need the string or anything, but hang on to it. You never know when it will come in handy for another project. So I just took some brown paint here and painted that wood slat and gave it kind of a rustic-y look. Now we're gonna start working on the nose and the eyes here, making this look like a reindeer. So I laid the nose at the bottom and then took a pencil and drew ovals for the eyes and filled them in with some white paint and added some detail. To make the antlers, I picked up this wired jute from the Dollar Tree. So you bend it and it stays in place, but it looks like jute. So it's a pretty cool product. Love it. I'll also link some down below for you if you can't find it at Dollar Tree. I took the whole thing, bent it in half, and then bent it in half again, which gave me 2 antlers for each side. I twisted up the middle and then took a marker and twisted each one of the strips around that marker to make them twisty. And then we're going to hot glue that up on top of the board. We're going to dress up this reindeer just a little bit more with some raffia, which sometimes you can find at the Dollar Tree as well. Just grab a big bunch and twist it up to make a bow, cut off any excess off the tail so it's not too long, and then hot glue that at the top where we twisted those antlers together. And then all that's left to do is hot glue our giant jingle bell nose onto the bottom there. And look how stinking cute he is. One of the cutest Rudolphs I've ever seen. Now we're going to make sort of a classy but rustic looking cloche. So I found this at Dollar Tree. We're going to take the bottom off, take the sticker off. You're also going to need some smaller size jingle bells. And I grabbed these wood ornaments, wood slice ornaments from the Dollar Tree. And we're going to use that as the base instead of the plastic looking one, which is going to give it more of that rustic look. So we may even be stacking a couple of these together. So the pine cones are also from the Dollar Tree. We are going to do a mixture of the pine cones and the little bitty jingle bells into the top of the cloche and fill that all the way up. And then you'll just flip the base onto the top and flip it back over right side up. You can hot glue it down if you want it permanent, but if you'd like to change it out, you don't necessarily have to glue it down if you don't want. I thought it'd be cute to also add a little mini pine cone to the top of this cloche and kind of make it look like a handle. This is another style jingle bell that Dollar Tree carries that has really pretty snowflake designs on them. And we're going to use these to dress up a pillow. And you can do this to any pillow that you already have. And just give them some little jingle bells on the corners. And to do that, you just need some thread and a needle, which you can also get at Dollar Tree. Just go ahead and thread and secure those jingle bells to the corners. Next, we're going to make sort of like a 3D tabletop decor piece using this love sign that I got from Dollar Tree and this gold jingle bell ornament that has all kinds of beautiful glitter on it. We're going to take the O out of the love sign and replace it with the jingle bell and use this wood shelf, which I showed you with the reindeer project earlier, as the base. So we did the same thing with this one, painted it brown. We're going to set that off to the side and start working on the love ornament to prep it for this sign. So go ahead, take the rope off the top and take those $5 tin snips that I mentioned earlier. You totally need these. I'll link them down below. We're going to cut that O out with those tin snips, and then we are going to put this all together. So to make this all stand up, we're going to use some tumbling tower wood pieces. I painted those brown too, so they'll kind of camouflage in. And we're going to take the top of the ornament off, start there, and glue that down onto the wood. And then glue those wood blocks to the backs of each of the letters, so those will stand up next to the ornament. It is really easy to make any round ornament into a jingle bell, even these clear ones that you can get from Dollar Tree. We're going to take the top of this ornament off and then paint it white. So one of my tips to do this is also have a jar and a dowel rod handy. So that way, once we're done painting this, we can set this onto the dowel rod and it'll completely dry without rolling all over our surface and kind of messing up our paint. After 2 coats of paint have dried, we're going to come in and add that detail to make it look like a jingle bell using a paint pen. All you have to do is make 2 dots on either side and draw a line in between them. Rotate this and do the same thing so we kind of make a X shape with the dots on the ends. Just kind of line that all up, and it's just as easy as that to get your jingle bell look. Then you can go ahead, add the top back onto your ornament and decorate it up and embellish. So I've always wanted to do this project, so we're going to do it together. I picked up a styrofoam cone from the Dollar Tree and 2 packs of their smaller sized jingle bells, both in the silver and the red, and we're going to hot glue these jingle bells onto the styrofoam cone, starting at the top and then working our way down. So obviously I did not buy near enough jingle bells to do this whole styrofoam cone, but we're keeping this budget friendly and you're not going to see the back side, so I didn't see any point in putting some back there anyway. And I also just went ahead and cut the bottom of the styrofoam cone off, but I would say if you want to cover the entire cone, grab about 5 packs or maybe even 6 packs of the jingle bells to completely cover it, but I'm keeping this budget friendly. We're going to use what we got on hand and make this jingle bell tree. I also had these wood candle cups in my stash, so I used that as the base of the Christmas tree. And I promise nobody's gonna know that there's no jingle bells on the back side. It looks cute on the front side. You could paint the base if you want. You could do different colored jingle bells to make it your own, but a fun and whimsical Christmas jingle bell DIY. Next, we're going to turn this plastic cutting board from Dollar Tree into a chalkboard Christmas countdown. So we want to make a little frame for our chalk paint. So I'm using some painter's tape to go around the edges of the sides of the cutting board before coming in with my chalk paint and giving this a couple coats of that and letting it dry in between coats. The tape didn't do a great job. It was kind of messy, so we are going to come in with some cute Christmas cording here and hot glue that around the edges of the chalkboard just to kind of clean it up, and it also made it more cute, I think, too. Then you'll use some paint pens, a white one, to write days until Christmas on the bottom of your chalkboard. This is not going to wipe off, as we're going to use regular chalk to write the numbers on there, so I kind of like that effect whenever it comes to using those paint pens. In comes those jingle bells. We're going to use those to embellish the top of the cutting board, just tying those onto the top and also adding a bow. One more added detail are these cute wood snowflakes that are from Dollar Tree. We're going to hot glue one of those onto the center of the bow, and this chalkboard countdown is ready to go. I feel like these are so popular this year. We're going to make our own Jingle Bell garland using some thick rope, which I'll link down below for you. You can use any kind of jute or string that you have on hand, or even yarn or ribbon. And we're going to use a smaller cording here to tie the jingle bells onto our thicker rope. So it does help to kind of measure out your thicker rope to the space that you need of where you're going to hang it. So that gives you a guide of how much you need to cut off of the big spool, and then you can work from there. And then all you have to do is add that smaller cording into the jingle bells and tie those right onto that thicker rope. It kind of helps to work from the middle of the rope out. So if you fold your thicker rope in half and then place your first jingle bell there, then you can work kind of more evenly out to the sides. Double knotting them seems to be just plenty enough tight to create those jingle bells so they can hang from that rope. Cut off any excess and then continue working along your garland and adding as many jingle bells as you'd like. To hang these, I love these clear kind of command style hooks you can get from Dollar Tree. They are not permanent. You can easily remove these, so you can add them to your mantles or your walls or wherever you're wanting to hang garland from. So I put them on the front of this console table, and then we're just going to tie that rope around the hooks so it'll hang. You're going to need 3 larger size jingle bells to make this snowman jingle bell ornament. It is so cute, easy to do. You are going to need some string and a large needle that your string is going to fit into the eye of. So go ahead, add the string to your needle, and then we're also going to tie up a pretty large knot at the other end. Now we need to string the jingle bells together. So you'll take your needle, put it at the bottom of the jingle bell, and then up through one of the holes in the top where they usually hang, and then kind of force that knot into the bottom until it goes all the way up to the inside and pull that tight. We're going to repeat that process, layering on 2 more jingle bells on top of that so they will hang one on top of each other. We want these to not move, so we're going to come in with a little bit of hot glue and add those in between each one of the jingle bells as well, and then tie a knot at the top to keep them tight in a little loop so we can hang our ornament. Now we need to make these jingle bells look like a snowman. So we only need 2 things to do that. We need some felt to cut out a hat to hot glue onto that knot at the top, and also some ribbon so we can tie a little scarf around the neck. And you can also embellish the hat with some more of that ribbon to make it more cute. This is another super cute jingle bell ornament. You're going to need some green jingle bells, some green floral wire from the Dollar Tree, some scissors, some ribbon, and some glue. So first things first, you're going to take your wire and kind of cut off a small section. We're going to make a wreath. Once you got your small section cut off, start feeding your jingle bells onto the wire. Once all the bells are on the wire, take the tails, pull them together, make sure all the jingle bells are pulled tight, and then twist your wire together so it makes a circle or a wreath of jingle bells. One of the lengths of wire, we're actually going to twist that up into a hook shape so we can use that to hang our ornament. Then all you have to do is embellish your wreath using some ribbon, twist up a bow, and hot glue that onto the front. Jingle bells are also a great way to embellish your gifts, and I thought this was a fun way to show you how to use Dollar Tree items to make up a cute little gift bag. So one of the clear cello bags you can get from the birthday celebration section, take one of those, and some of the crinkly gift filler you can also get in the gift bag section at Dollar Tree. Put some of that in the bottom of your bag, put your gift inside the bag, and in this case I'm using a beautiful candle. We're going to gather the top of the bag together and tie it up with some ribbon and then embellish it with a jingle bell. I saw this triangle wood sign at Dollar Tree, and of course, the first thing that came to mind for me was a Christmas tree. So we're going to tape up the inside here. The green wasn't quite Christmas green enough for me. So we're going to tape off the edges and paint some more Christmas tree green color on the inside. Then I grabbed some red Jingle Bells from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use those for the ornaments on this Christmas tree, just hot gluing the hanger part down flat onto the tree, kind of in a pattern from top to bottom. And then I also used a wood block from Dollar Tree glued to the bottom of this triangle for the trunk of the tree. Next up is a Jingle Bell shadow box. So I love to look at things at Dollar Tree that are every day and figure out how I can use them for whatever holiday or season is going on at that time. And in this case, of course, it's Christmas. So we're going to turn this butterfly one into a Jingle Bell shadow box. First, I made a decal using my Cricut machine and just weeded that all out. And we're going to use that for the design on the front of the shadow box. But if you don't have a Cricut machine or a vinyl cutter, grab out a Sharpie marker or a paint pen and you can just draw your own design on the front of your shadow box that way. I love this metallic gold frame, so I'm keeping that, but I do want to give this more of a Christmassy look on the inside. So I took the inside out and then ran my pencil along some scrapbook paper, cut that out, and we're going to glue that to the back side or the inside of the shadow box as the background. Then you'll just add your Jingle Bells into that shadow box, put the lid back on, put the frame all back together, and we have a cute little Jingle Bell shadow box that I think is so cute, especially since it says Jingle all the way on the front. All right, so this is a pretty simple and easy hack. These Jingle Bells are ornaments you can get just like this from the Dollar Tree, but if you want to give it more style or make it match your decor a little bit more, all you need to do is add some ribbon. So tie a little strip of ribbon underneath the greenery and you've just changed the look of it and made it more custom. You can also take large Jingle Bells like these here and make them look more like the ones in our last project with all the greenery on top. Very easy to turn these into beautiful ornaments. Just use some string to tie them up and then hot glue some greenery onto the top of the Jingle Bell. You could even add some ribbon or get custom with it, personalize it. You could add the year and name to it. So just some ideas here and how easy it is to take plain Jingle Bells and dress them up. You can also use jingle bells to make cute Christmas time keychains. And all you really need is one of these rings, which I'll link some of those down below for you, but you can find them at the craft store and even Walmart. And we're going to take some string and string up some jingle bells and tie that onto our keychain ring and make this a super cute and easy DIY keychain. We actually still use this today for our spare keys so we don't lose them. So that's a great idea too. So I'm going to use these brown kind of rust looking jingle bells that I already had from Hobby Lobby. But if you don't have these, you can also just take regular jingle bells and paint them brown. And then we're going to decorate these up with some paint and make these look like cute little gingerbread people. You're going to need to head to Dollar Tree and grab 4 packs of these larger size jingle bells, 6 in a pack, so 24 jingle bells total. I got a variety of colors here. And we're going to shake those out onto a plate and turn these into ornaments really easy, just tying some ribbon through the tops of the jingle bells. I also thought it'd be fun to use similar colors, but then also some different patterns of red and white ribbon. So they all kind of look similar, but they have a little bit of a different look to each one too. Then you'll need some kind of container. Honestly, this big quart-sized mason jar was just not quite big enough, but a box, a bag, something like that. And I'm sure you're wondering, why in the world do we need 24 jingle bells? Well, this is kind of its own little advent calendar, which I think would be so cute for little kids. You put a little Christmas tree into their room, and each day, starting on December 1st, you add a bell to your Christmas tree. So as the jar empties and the more jingle bells go on the tree, the closer to Christmas you get. And when your jar is empty, obviously that is Christmas Eve night, and the next day is Christmas Day. So I had some of these fall beaded wreaths left over from the fall season, so we're going to turn them into Christmas ornaments, and it's so easy to do. All we need to do is cut the centers of these out and replace them with the jingle bells. So I did keep the cute little appliques in the center. Those will be great for fall next year. And then we're going to use some jute to go through the jingle bells, tie it up where the bow is at the top of this wreath, and these are ready to hang on the tree. So similar to our last project where we hung jingle bells in the middle of those beaded wreath ornaments, you can also hang them in the middle of cookie cutters. So we're going to use some red and white baker's twine for these. Put that into your jingle bell and then tie it up and hang it from the middle of your cookie cutter. I feel like this would be so cute in a kitchen if you have a Christmas tree in your kitchen, or if you have a gingerbread themed Christmas tree. I have had so much fun using this tassel loom for Christmas this year. It has made some really cute things. So I will link this down in the description box below for you. And I have a video to show you how to actually use that. I am going to do kind of a sped up version here, but I will link that video with a tutorial down in the description box below for you. It's super easy. The first time you do this, you're going to pull your tassel off and be so proud of yourself. It's really easy and it's a little bit addictive because you can use yarn, different kinds of strings, and different kinds of ribbons, and they all make some really cute finished tassels. So for this one, we are going to kind of make a whimsical, I don't know, tattered style tassel. We're going to layer up tons of different kinds of yarns and ribbons to make this really fun. But I don't want to use a ton. So instead of wrapping it around, which usually holds it in place, I'm going to use one of these clips that's also from Dollar Tree and start layering up the different mediums until I get a good sized, thick tassel going. So some things I did wrap around and around, like this thinner baker's twine, some of this fuzzy gold yarn that I had. I did add a little bit of rickrack in there too, and some thinner ribbons just to give it some variety. What you'll do is you'll take your string now, and we are going to feed it up through the openings in the middle over that metal bar that's in the center, tie that up a couple times, and then we're going to fold this in half and trim the bottom. Before we trim the bottom, we're going to take more of that string and tie off the top and kind of make it look like what a tassel looks like at the top. So just take some of that red and white baker's twine and then twist it from the back up through the front, tie it a couple times, and then you'll wrap several times and you leave those tails long and tie those up together, and then cut off any excess. Now for the bottom. So we're going to take that clip off that was holding everything in place for us, and we're going to trim. There's a little spot for your scissors to slide into and underneath the ribbon. So trim that off and then trim all the excessive tails off the end that we kind of overlapped. Then you'll pop that metal bar off of the back side there and slide the tassel off. And there is your Christmas tassel. We're going to dress this up with a jingle bell to make it a little bit more festive. Super cute to hang on stockings. Use it as an ornament. Use it on the tops of your Christmas gifts. So this is just one way to do it. So have fun creating with the tassel loom, because like I said, all the different kinds of mediums that you can use with this will make for a lot of different looking tassels. So these are not Dollar Tree jingle bells. I actually got these off Amazon. They're like a heavy metal, really nice quality jingle bells that I'll link down below for you, but you can absolutely do this with the Dollar Tree jingle bells too. You'll just get a little bit different of a look. I also love the chiffon ribbon that I got from Amazon that I'll link down below for you as well. All we're going to do is take that ribbon, feed it through the top of the jingle bell, and tie a knot at the top. For this, we are making a little door hanger. So I want to embellish the top where that knot is because that's what's going to sit on top of the doorknob. And so if you add a little bit of greenery up there, it's also going to look really nice once you add it to your doorknob. Next up, we're going to dress up some napkins and also make a napkin ring with some jingle bells. But first, we want to work on our napkins, so I ironed them really, really well. And then we're going to use some fabric paint and some cookie cutters to stamp some Christmas designs onto these white napkins. Then all you need to do is gather up your napkin, tie it up with a candy cane, a jingle bell, and use some baker's twine. We made a cute little place setting for Christmas dinner, Christmas brunch, or even Christmas breakfast. You can also use these napkins to tie up gifts. And again, using a jingle bell and some ribbon to tie up the gift and goodie inside. So this DIY, you're going to need some 1-inch size wood beads. I'll link some down below for you. You're going to need a yarn needle, some string, and we are going to string up several of these wood beads onto the string to make a garland. So I did cut out these angel wood wings on my X tool, but I have seen similar ones like these on Etsy. So if I can find some, I'll link some similar ones down below for you. I'm just adding those onto the end of this garland, and we're gonna make a little angel beaded garland using some cute little bells that I found from Hobby Lobby. But again, I'll link some down below for you. You could even maybe use some foil, some tin foil, and make little faux bells, or get creative and make whatever kind of bells work for you, but I thought they looked cute at the bottom of the angel wings. They look like the little dresses. So the one thing I do wish I would have still done here was add some gold cording at the top where the angel head is, that first bead up there, to make it look like a halo that would kind of separate the rest of the beads from the angel itself. But I still think it's really, really darling and precious, and I love this garland for Christmas time and for all year long. So these are the same bells from Hobby Lobby that I used in the angel project we just finished. So I'm going to use those again, but you can absolutely use the Dollar Tree bells, or if I can find some, I'll link some down below for you if I can find them on Amazon. I'm sure they have some, right? But we're going to take a metal gift tag from Dollar Tree, dress it up with some vinyl that says every time a bell rings an angel gets its wings. And if you don't have a vinyl machine, grab out those paint pens, those Sharpie markers, and you can write and make your own design on the front of these metal tags. We're just going to tie this bell at the top of this tag and use this as either a gift tag for the tops of gifts, a gift bag, or you just set it on a shelf and use it for decor, or it'd be cute on a tiered tray too. So I shared this on my Pottery Barn Christmas hacks video. This garland was retailed at $99 on the Pottery Barn website, and we can make it for well under $5. Super easy. These are jingle bells I got off Amazon, but again, you can use Dollar Tree jingle bells and use that rub and buff to get that kind of bronzed look, aged look to it. The only other thing you're going to need is some red and white baker's twine and some fishing string, and we're going to use that fishing string to tie these jingle bells onto the baker's twine, cut off any excess, and we've just made our own Pottery Barn knockoff garland. If you're looking for more Pottery Barn knockoff Christmas DIYs, I'll have that video popping up on your screen. That'll save you a ton of money. Also, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Have a creative day.